From Darling Stadium in Hampton, WHCS Cable Channel 46 presents Peninsula District Girls Soccer. The Hampton Crabbers visiting the Kecoughtan Warriors. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Tim Cole along with Bob Hintz, and we welcome you to a sun-drenched, very warm Darling Stadium for this afternoon's game between the homestanding Kecoughtan Warriors with a 5-1 district record and 11-2 record overall against the visiting Hampton Crabbers. And a playing of the national anthem. Sorry we got started right as they did. Sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, that's okay.
But anyway, Bob, we've got the district leading Kecoughtan Warriors girls soccer team. And there in the middle of your screen are the officials for today's contest. Larry Barrickman, Carla Nagel, and as best we can determine, Mr. No, not to be confused with Dr. No of Bond fame.
Oh, Bond. James
Bond, that's right.
The Kecoughtan Warrior girls actually are in second place. They lost one game to Gloucester.
That's right.
In the district, and that was a game last week, which was a real good game. Went into overtime. In fact, that's the only team that the Kecoughtan Warriors under Jennifer and Scott Tyson that they don't have a winning record against. They're 2-3-1, so they hope to meet them, and they will meet them probably in the tournament, which starts on May 22nd. It's going to be held up at Gloucester, and that the top four teams will go. Kecoughtan will go as the number 2 seed, and then they will meet probably Gloucester in the finals on the 26th. And, of course, that give them a chance to win there. And, of course, if they win, they automatically go to the regionals, even if they just win the first contest. So,
all right, here are the starting lineups. First of all, for the visiting Hampton Crabbers. I'll let you just check this out. Sparkman Gaines. I can't see that.
Bottomley. I can't read it either.
But you see the names on your screen, and in goal is Grace Shin. And she will be tested early here as the Warriors just miss an opportunity to score in the early going here as the kick by Andrea Broski was wide to the left. And,
well, Andrea is just a freshman, Tim. I don't want to interrupt you, but I told her earlier I went over to the roster, over to the sideline, and I says, where's Andrea Broski? And she says, that's me. And I said, I just want to let you know I coached your daddy in junior high school.
Yeah, how old did that make you feel?
Well, I was a real young teacher.
That's right. There you go. All right, we have a shot on goal, and Grace Shin plays it. We are underway from Darling Stadium. This game videotaped on the 10th of May, the year 2000. Temperature at game time, very warm after a very cool spring. The last couple of weeks, the last week or so at least, has been very warm, and this afternoon is no exception as the humidity has also started to rise.
Yeah,
so
it has since this afternoon. Early this morning wasn't so bad, but it was 91 when I got to the stadium. So if we get a little bit a cloud cover and the wind, maybe will cool off a little bit.
Well, there is a pretty good breeze, and the wind right now is gusting around, so it's difficult to determine what effect it might have. But it looks to be going from left to right as we look at the screen.
And then you see Kecoughtan's lineup, and that's Baster, Broski, Thompson, Driftmeyer, Walk, Gabriel, Broman, Ward, Hebert, Phillips, and Hartman as a goalkeeper.
And that is Hebert, not Herbert.
No, it's Hebert.
Hebert, no R.
Brian Hebert's daughter.
There you go. And an opportunity and a save by the Warriors. That's Becky, excuse me, not Becky, but rather her sister, Katie Hartman, in goal. Becky Hartman is also on the team. We well remember them from basketball days over at Kecoughtan. And those young ladies also are the granddaughters of a good friend of my family. So.
Well, we don't want to hold that against you.
No, or against them.
Yeah, that's what I meant, against them.
On the left wing, the Warriors.
Oh, nice pass, nice pass. Oh, a little too far.
A little too far is right, as goalkeeper Shin is able to make the stop. And a good kick downfield with a little help from that wind. She's got the wind at her back right now. As you look at the screen, the field rather, the wind is going from left to right. This, the second and final coverage here on Channel 46 of high school soccer this spring. And we want to thank our corporate sponsor this afternoon, the good folks at Zooms, with David Allen and those fine folks being a consistent and constant advertiser and support here on Channel 46. We appreciate their support. Warriors, again, moving in, and a shot on goal, but an offsides was ruled on the far side of the field by Mr. No.
Mr. No. Tim, we will pick a player of the game for both of these teams this afternoon. That player receive a plaque and a T-shirt. Plaque comes from Engraving Inc. They're located at the Tab Square on Route 17. For all your engraving needs, contact Jim at 596-8850. Dave Buckwalter is the owner. The shirt comes from the Island of Hardware and Sporting Goods. They're located in Kecoughtan. They can meet all your sports needs with a full line of athletic goods, both team and individual, equipment, uniforms, plus screen printing. Call Dave Chubb at 868-8467. John Roberts is the owner. And we will see a toss in by the Crabbers. The announcer's having a little trouble with Mr. No. You sure that isn't Dr. No?
It's Dr. I'm telling you. Again, the Warriors on the attack. Good centering pass, broken up by the Hampton defense. And the ball will cross the touchline. And a throw in by the Warriors, so they'll keep possession. Shot well wide and high over the goal. That one taken by the Warriors, number 20, Gwen Gabriel, the senior. She's a midfielder at 5'1", 145 pounds. I guess we shouldn't tell the girls' weight. Is that appropriate to do that? Probably don't want to hear that, right?
Well, if you get roster, nasty right? Letters, then you know it was wrong.
I'm just reading what I see. You get a chance to watch a replay of the shot on goal as we see the live action here. Again, Shin, here's the shot on goal of a moment ago. And we're back to the live action. Had a little freeze frame there for you. There you go. Crabbers, red and white, as you might expect, on the attack.
Good job that time by Becky Hartman. That's not Becky Hartman, is it? Number 21 out there? Becky is not playing, Tim. And I do mention this is senior day for the young ladies, and this is the last year that Jennifer and Scott are going to coach. She's going to take off time and have a baby.
Is 21 Becky Hartman, right?
Well, no, she has had knee surgery, so she's not even playing. I don't know who 21 is then.
Well, we'll have to see.
Let's see who I don't have a 21. We have a 21 out there on a.
You brought it up.
I know. Number 8, Candace Sharp, also has a knee problem and has yet not been determined whether she's going to need an operation or not.
Good
nice save.
Yes, Grace Shin, but with an excellent save. That ball destined to go over her head, but a good leaping stop, preventing the goal as we remain 1-0. Excuse me, I get it right. Here, 0-0 in the first half is what I was trying to say. Warriors have had the best opportunities so far. Again, movement down the left wing with Broski.
She does a good job of centering that ball over.
She certainly does, and that time the defense once again able to break up the play.
The Hampton Grabber girls are doing a good job of getting back on defense and not giving. The Warriors had a real open shot at the goal in the first series down, and after that they have not been as fortunate. But
it's faint, Bob, but there actually is, because of the gentleman who was kind enough to give us the officials' names, and I'll get his name so we can give him credit before we're done. But he has the clock running. The good news is the clock is running. The bad news is the sun's shining directly on it. It's hard to see.
Yeah, it looked like 30 minutes and something.
The reason we bring that up is the clock, for those of you who don't necessarily know, the clock runs continually, and it is a 40-minute half, 2 of them. And there can be time added to that for injuries. If there is an official stoppage of play to attend to an injured player, then, of course, time can be added to that. But the official time is kept on the field.
Watch this. This is number 20, Gabriel. She's been 4 years on the varsity team. Was first year as a sophomore. She was on first team. She's been playing since she's been about 9 years old.
Again, a good clearing kick by goalkeeper Shin. And Broski's been very busy at that left wing. Now at the goal line, and unable to keep it from going out of bounds was Allie Baster, excuse me. Substitutions coming in for Kecoughtan. And I've been busy on the web since we met last, Bob.
And, you know, Andy and Scotty have just been sitting on pins and needles waiting to find out what pearls you have obtained.
But I have. I went deep into the web.
Oh.
Very deep. But I think I mentioned this last year, or it might have even been the year before, about the history of soccer going all the way back to 206 BC in the country of China.
They used to use what as a ball, Tim?
A leather ball. The Chinese were pretty standard with that, but legends report the Eskimos used to also play a game similar to, and I use the word similar to because each country has a different variety, and it was called Ascotuck, and they had goals that were 10 miles apart. That's right. You had to be in real good shape to play.
Well, not only that, but let's see, 10 miles. It'd take you half a day to get one goal to the other, wouldn't it?
It would. Imagine a goalie kick. Each half was 9 years long. But the balls were stuffed with caribou hair, grass, and moss. Okay? And then in the Pacific Islands, they also played a game by using coconut, oranges, and pig bladders for the balls. You know, this is stuff you can't just find just anywhere. You got to go deep into the web to find this stuff. I've got more. I'll share some of this with you as we go along. Right now, the field would seem to be tilted in the direction of the Hampton goal, as most of the action has been to our left. This is a centering pass that goes over, actually hit the top of the crossbar, and a shot on goal and a save by Shin, who has been extremely busy and has played very well. And without her excellent play, this game could be 1 or 2 to nothing at this point.
You're right there.
Again, aided by the wind, the Crabbers get a break on a good clearing kick, and now they're in the attack zone.
Well, I asked Jennifer Tyson if you were playing a team that was, same caliber as you, it was going to be a tough team, would you take the win for the second or the first half? She said we would take the win for the first half and try to get them wore out and get more shots on goal. As you're seeing in this case, is Kecoughtan is getting more shots on goal, but the Crabbers are not having any trouble getting that ball down the field once it gets in the hands of Grace Shin.
Warriors trying to center it. Broken up by the Crabbers, now taken. And again, the defense for Hampton preventing further action. Good job by Hampton's number 13, Sherry Gaines, to break that last play up. Now the Warriors center. And a header, which is off the mark. And the defense for Hampton tries to clear, but it's not out. Now they do. And the Crabbers with a breakaway. A good job by
nice
the
job.
Kecoughtan defense. As Tara Ward did a good job getting back.
Is that Tyra?
Tyra.
We want to make sure we spell her name the way she wants us to, or pronounce it anyway.
Tyra Ward. Like Tyra Banks, I guess.
I think so. Oh, I got some real gems here from these young ladies at Kecoughtan.
Good. Gems like in jokes or what kind of gems?
Like I like walking on the beach.
Yeah.
I can do a good Shana Twain imitation.
Well, good. Let's get some of those gems.
Oh, we will get some of those in. Talk a little bit about Katie Hartman. She's the goalkeeper down there. She's a senior. Has played soccer for varsity for 3 years. Her identical twin sister plays varsity also, she said. But because of her knee, she is out. She's had some shutouts. She's going to go to Radford. And she says, that's about it. Easy, Tim, easy.
Lucky me, the allergies are back.
Those of you that missed the running commentary last week.
Running being the operative word.
Yeah. Tim was having a problem with allergies.
There must be some really good stuff around here, I'll tell you.
Well, I tell you, you get here and you see
instant allergy time. Got a substitution for Hampton. Loretta Guthrie is the substitution. We get a little help from our PA announcer here. What else you got there? Bristol
Well, they're
Bowman.
talking about Bristol Bowman. She's just a 9th grader, Tim, and has played varsity field hockey as well as soccer and has started for both teams. That's quite an accomplishment as a freshman. She's been on Phillips Select team for 3 years. They've been playing soccer since she's been 8. Scored 3 goals this season, and she's determined, she says, to get a header, score a goal with a header before the year is out. So we'll see.
Hampton will throw in. There we go. A little adjustment to where the ball went out of bounds. Not too much of an advantage. She moves about 10 strides forward before she throws it in anyway.
Yeah, they do that. Allie Baster got a 4.37 GPA, Tim. That's just, to me, is just awesome. She's just a junior. Her nickname is Rico. Now, don't ask me where she gets that.
I was just going to ask you, but we won't.
I love what she says. She's has an extensive eraser collection.
An extensive eraser collection.
Yeah. She's played soccer since she was 5, and she says Becky Hartman is her hero.
All right.
It's always nice to know.
Again, goalie Grace Shin with the good clearing kick. And this will go out of bounds, last touched by the Crabbers.
Rebecca Metz, who likes to be called just Metz, is number 7 out there. She got a GPA of 3.67. Plans to be a pro surfer after college. Right
Pro
now,
surfer? Is that what you said?
she's sponsored by HotlineSurfboards.com or something currently.
Huh.
She's surfing in the ESA, loves soccer, and playing on his team.
All right, what's the ESA?
Your guess, Eastern Surfers Association?
I guess that would be the conclusion.
Candace Sharp, number 8 out there, has been playing soccer for 9 years. Made all-district team last year. Second all-district team year before. All-tournament team last year. Has had 22 goals last year. Runs cross-country. Plays soccer winter league. made All-Star soccer team, is going to go to Montreat College and has a scholarship to play soccer. That's awesome.
Goalie kick coming up. Again, the Warriors doing a good job on the attack, but still unable to dent the scoreboard yet, as we have played about 26 minutes, if I can read the scoreboard correctly.
Well, what I'm going to do is talk about the Kecoughtan girls first half and the Hampton girls second half. How's that?
I think that's a great
Break
idea.
it up. Megan Bradner. I'm sorry, I can't even read this writing. She's just a freshman. Played select soccer for 2.5 years. Runs Kecoughtan cross country team, and she's been playing soccer since she was in the 2nd grade. Tyra Ward, number 10. She's been playing varsity soccer for 2 years. Field hockey for 2 years. She's going to play field hockey in college, and was first district, all district this year on the field hockey team. Oh, listen, Tim, you would appreciate this. She won a hula hoop contest at a pep rally. And I know you're a good hula hooper, ain't you?
Well, if I can get it to fit around my waist. It's the hard. I have to get a hula hoop from Hula Hoops Chubby. That's the only way I can get them, because they have to be, they have to have the 48 chubby size to them. Otherwise, I just stand there and it doesn't go anywhere. It just hangs there.
Anyway, Tyra likes, her nickname is Bambi.
Hula hooping. I heard a voice. It couldn't have been Mr. Andy. Hey, I got some stuff for you guys in the truck here. I want to share this with you now. While Bob is giving you all this good stuff as we watch the action here, the Warriors offsides. That was almost a good play. And I do have somewhere here the ruling to describe what is offsides. I got that written down.
Yeah, while you're looking at that, I'll talk about Julie Driftmeyer. She's got a 4.30. She's in the National Honor Society, Key Club, Mu Alpha Theta, SCA rep. She's got all kinds of nicknames. Jules, Springtime, loves Dawson Creek, loves Corn Pops, and her hero is Julie Fondy. You know who she is?
No, but I'm watching good play by Grace Shin right now as she gets the ball out of harm's way, only to have the Warriors regain possession, and Grace will watch the Kecoughtan's errant shot cross the goal line and give the Crabbers a goalie kick.
Kelly Messina.
No, wait a minute. Who is the woman who's the person you want to know? Did I know who that was? Julie Fondy?
Fondy or Fody?
Shoot, I
don't know.
I'm so old I couldn't start to tell you. Let me tell you what I wanted to tell you about this American folklore stories about when the Pilgrims arrived in the New World. They played a game similar to soccer. We're about to have a goal scored, and we do. Let's see if as soon as she turns her back and we can get her number. That is number 2.
That's Bristol Bowman, just a freshman.
Bristol Bowman scores the first goal. And we'll watch this again.
And I tell you, Shin has done such a great job. Grace came out, slipped as she tried to stop the ball, and that's the only reason that goal was scored. But she's been doing a great job down there. It's been very busy.
And we've got a player for the Crabbers that is shaken up. So we will have a momentary stoppage of play here while the coach for Hampton.
Yeah, he's not in a big rush.
Walsh, well, he probably thinks his girls could use a breather. But let me finish my quick little story here. I want to tell you about this. Was pretty interesting stuff here. Or, of course, you'll be the judge of that, right? But I'm going to try and pronounce what the Pilgrims, when it came to the New World, they played a game known as Pasukwakowak.
That's easy for you to say.
No, it's not. And it was played by the American Indians, or the Native Americans, as they're more appropriately referred to. And the word that I tried to pronounce means, if you take it in Native American language, means they gather to play ball with the foot. And these games were played on the beaches. I mentioned this last time, on the coast of Massachusetts. And violence was prevalent. Injuries and broken bones were common. Players dressed in disguises and wore war paint. The goals were said to be a mile apart, and as many as 1,000 players were playing. The American Indians would play this game for several days at a time, and then they'd finish with a huge feast.
Only those that were left standing.
That's right. But isn't that amazing? Now, 1,000 players? I have one question.
Glad we didn't have to call the game.
And yeah, well, that's not a question. That's a statement that I'm going to abide by. But how do you officiate a game with that many players?
I don't think there was any officials.
and who kept the clock? Yeah, tough game to play. 1,000 players, broken bones,
and they just left him lay and kept right on going.
That's right.
Kelly Messina, 3.89 GPA. She's a 9th grader, plays select. Played JVs in 8th grade and also plays field hockey. Andrea Browski. Young lady's dad was a student of mine in junior high school.
Well, her brother now plays on the boys team, too.
Doing a real good job,
yeah,
yes.
He scored 2 goals the other day.
She's got a 3.12. She's left-footed. She plays select. She's been playing soccer since she was 4 years old, was on the JV team last year. Tracy Phillips, number 15, 10th grader. 2nd year on the varsity. Cross country for 2 years, JV basketball, varsity track, 4.25 GPA. She's 13th in her class. Sophomore class historian is recently accepted into the Governor's School for Science and Technology. Wow. Tracy Phillips, wow, that's awesome.
Warriors again on the attack, and a shot on goal will be wide to the left. So a break there. And again, a break caused by good play by Grace Shin to come out, force the play, force the Warrior attacker to kick the ball wide. Watch the replay here. You're going to see an excellent effort by Grace Shin as she comes out and forces the play and a shot to go wide. Had she not done that, it's very likely they would have had a much better opportunity. So good play by Grace.
Selena Cerrone, number 16, 9th grader, 4.13 GPA, played select. Has played soccer since she was 6. Was an MVP in middle school. And in leading goal scorer while she was in middle school on their team. Chelsea Walk, 10th grader, 3.3. Playing soccer for 12 years. That's about how old she is. No, I'm just teasing.
Careful now. These girls, they find out you're saying bad stuff.
Oh, I'm teasing her. She played for the Virginia State team. Has played for Kecoughtan for 2 years. Played on the tennis team for 2 years. Her best friend is Tyra.
See where the wind affected that kick and the vast difference here. You saw Hartman, Katie, try to clear it with a goalie kick, and the wind just pushed it back and out and gives Hampton an opportunity to be in the attack zone. But the defense for the Warriors comes up big, and they steal, and they're coming back the other way. It's a foot race. And the Crabbers will just play the ball out of bounds. Back on defense, that was Melissa, make sure I pronounce this correctly, Porrett. Porrett.
Nikki Thompson has got a 4.12 GPA. He's a senior on the team. This is her first year on varsity. She ran track and field last year, and this year decided to play varsity soccer. 4-time MVP on the cross-country team. She's going to Barton College. Played in the Winter League for 3 years.
What's her name?
Nikki Thompson.
Well, you mentioned Barton College. Is she a senior?
Yep.
Well, I'll have to give her name to my nephew. He's going to Barton College in the fall.
Oh, very good.
Nice school down in North Carolina, just wide of the net. Yep, that's a excellent school for music and fine arts.
Oh, very good.
Peter is going down there on a pretty substantial scholarship.
Peter who?
Peter, my nephew.
Well, what's Peter's? Does Peter have a last name? Maybe Nikki wants to look him up, but she's going to run around and look for all the Peters. Hey, Peter, are you related to Tim Cole?
Well, just be quiet a minute. I'll tell you, Peter Mercier, the third.
The third.
Yeah.
Well,
yes, yeah. I stayed right away from that one, Scotty.
Well, it was out before. All right. Aaron
Another
Hebert. Number 19.
opportunity. Score.
Yes.
Again, through no lack of effort on Grace Shin's part, but the Warriors just coming too often downfield with the wave of attack.
Was that, that looks like Broski? Is that who that is?
I think that's number 18, Nikki Thompson. I'm trying to pick up the number, I believe. Yep, that's 18.
18.
So that would be Nikki Thompson.
Anyway, talk about Miss Hebert. She's 12th grader, 4th year on varsity, 3.75 GPA. Field Hockey Player of the Year last year, in 99. Second team All-District in Soccer's All-Star team of soccer in 2000. She's going to go to Radford and play field hockey. Her dad is a good friend of ours, Brian Hebert. Gwen Gabriel, senior, 4 years on the varsity. Been on it since a sophomore. Injured her knee 1 year. Has been playing since she's been 9. Played select for the Beach, First Colonial maybe, FC.
First Colonial.
And she's also going to Barton College. She's graduating with highest honors.
Let me get these names for my nephew.
What's
her name?
That was Gwen Gabriel.
Gwen Gabriel. She is number 20.
Andrea Pippins. Andrea, number 22, is 9th grader. Plays basketball and tennis on the varsity level. Been playing soccer for 4 years. Does a real good China Twain impression. She likes to write. She's trilingual. Not bilingual, but trilingual.
What language does she speak besides
Well,
English?
she didn't tell me, but she's very sensitive and has a good sense of humor.
If you joined us late, you're watching the Warriors of Kecoughtan and the Crabbers of Hampton battle girls soccer 2-0 in favor of the Warriors here in the first half, as we are approaching the about the 36-minute mark, if my eyes are not deceiving, 35-minute mark at least. No, that's 40
How
minutes.
many are we going 40 minutes?
40-minute half, so that would be the 29-minute mark. Let me back that up. About 11 minutes left. Divide by 2.
And carry the 1.
Carry your 1. And wait for a cloud so we can read the scoreboard. But in any event, the first half is roughly 35 minutes into the half, and it's 2-0 on goals by Bristol Bowman and Nikki Thompson for the second place Kecoughtan Warriors. Crabbers bringing in some fresh players. Heather Jones and number 18, Carrie Sparkman, check in for the Lady Crabbers. Want to remind all of the viewers that we'll have the boys contest between these two schools as well here on Channel 46, so sure and watch for that coming up. Kecoughtan 2 and Hampton nothing as we are winding down the first half of play here. This is the aforementioned Gwen Gabriel. Nice job getting around the Hampton defense. Gabriel still has it, but it blocked at the defense.
Oh, nice move.
Nice move is right, as she dribbles cleanly away from the defender, but now loses it on the pass. And it's kept back in the attack zone by Tracy Phillips, number 15. And now the ball goes across the touchline, and Hampton will throw in. Well, I've just been informed. I got to get this man's name here. He's been more help than you, Bob. I tell you. We got 9 minutes and 28 seconds left in the half. See, he's showing me how to read a scoreboard without having to see the scoreboard.
Well, let me tell you something, Timothy.
Just kidding.
You look
Robert.
at all that rosters and all I do
I'm
for
just teasing with you.
You really know how to hurt a guy.
No, when I did the AAU basketball game,
you missed me, didn't you?
I missed you. I had to go hunt down all these rosters, and by golly, I really appreciated you when I realized what it is that you bring to me on the moments before the game when I have no idea who the players are. I'm just teasing.
Did you get his name?
Not yet, but I'm working on it. I'm keeping the viewers in suspense. Besides, I don't want to get them too built up. Last time we were here for the Phoebus and Bethel games, it was just you and me. No scoreboard, no help, no PA announcer, no anything. Kecoughtan again, deep in the Hampton zone. Shot on goal, off the goal post. Rebound is loose.
Yes.
Wow,
Ball was bouncing all over the place.
I'm telling you, Hampton dodged a huge bullet there. That ball was all but in the net. The defense and the goalie Shin did a good job of keeping that ball out of the net. Hampton desperately needing to mount some attack as they have the wind at their backs, but now watch some of the action here on replay. This was that last situation where the Warriors had some great opportunities, and the Crabbers defense hung in there and was able to clear it out. Now back to the live action. This is Gabriel, her pass.
I tell you, she is very active out there, isn't she?
Yes, she is. She has really set up her teammates very well here in the first half. Again, with that trailing wind, the goalie able to clear the ball 3/4 of the length of the field.
With that kind of wind in a boys' game, they'd be careful as a goal kick from
really
one end
shot
to the
on
other.
goal from the goalie. You're absolutely right. And it is a substantial breeze at the backs of the Hampton Crabbers. Allie Baster checking in for the Lady Warriors. Again, Warriors, good job. This is Nikki Thompson. Shot on goal, cut the corner. Nikki Thompson
Yes, she
scores.
did. Great job.
So Nikki has her second consecutive goal. Comes with about 6 minutes left in the first half, and it increases the Kecoughtan lead as we watch the replay here. Just caught the corner.
Well, I tell you, and you know, yeah, Grace is giving up a few, but she has made those shots at tough angles for the Lady Warriors.
Let me tell you something. It could easily be 5 or 6 to nothing without her play. The Warriors have been in the zone perpetually here in the first half, and only through the fine efforts of the keeper has the score been kept to 3. Warriors showing their superior skills here in this contest as Shin comes out to make a stop, not a save. Save, of course, those of you not familiar with the rules, a save is only registered when the shot had the potential of going into the net. Centering pass over the goal, which, by the way, as we determined last week,
Is 8 foot tall?
8 feet tall and 8 yards wide. That, by the way, is the only standard size to the field, as we mentioned before. Some of you may well know this. Soccer fields do not have a specific dimension like a football field has. It can be anywhere from 50 to 75 yards wide and to 10 miles long. That's right. Those rules have changed slightly. You can't have any more 10-mile long fields. They cut down on that.
There's another goal.
Now that one I missed.
A young lady, I think 18th. I'll let you know as soon as she turns around who it was.
That was just an opportunity missed there by
Looks like number 2, Tim.
Goalie Shin.
I believe it was number 2.
No, they say it
Allie
was number
Baster.
3.
Okay.
So Allie Baster.
Oh, maybe that's 3 on the back of the jersey.
So the Warriors now have made it 4-0. And possibly we'll have some time added to the running clock, as we did have a momentary injury stoppage after that second goal. With less than 3 minutes remaining now on the clock. And it's all Kecoughtan, and again in the zone, Gabriel. And a shot over the net.
We need Andy up here doing the commentary. Shoot it! Waited too long.
Young man's getting into the game. It's Andy Foley. Who's our crew today? Want to talk about them while we got a moment?
Yeah, we have. Sarah is down on.
Yeah, I was going to say I don't see Mr. Baton today.
And Sarah's on the camera down there. Nate Braxton up here. We got Andy Foley doing graphics and what else he does. Audio. Don Terrell's an engineer. Bev Penn doing the instant replay. Scotty Bowers doing everything else. And I do want to take a time to recognize the work of Zooms. You talked about Zooms earlier, but we are giving away for the senior on the girls and boys soccer team, softball, baseball team that has demonstrated academic excellence this year. Those players will be awarded a plaque at a school board meeting. That'll be the 7th of June. And we want to thank David Allen and Zooms for their continued support of WHCS and our student athletes. Also want to remind the viewers that HCS has a new look. Join anchor Beth Sadler Monday through Friday at noon and at 5 p.m. for all the news and information about the Hampton City Schools. And, of course, the WHCS presents your school board meeting on the first and third Wednesdays of each month at 7:30, so tune in, be informed, and we do tune in on the 7th and watch these 16 young people receive the academic award. 4 from each high school, boys and girls soccer, softball, and baseball.
I want to mention, Bob, that the gentleman in the press box here who's been helping us is Brian Kurtika. We appreciate Brian's help. He was,
yes, we do.
Big help to us, gave us some pronunciations, gave us the officials' names, and helped me with the scoreboard clock and some other things. So appreciate Brian's help. Warriors again on the attack. And Grace Shin, who has played well in spite of trailing 4-0, makes the stop. Time winding down here in the first half. Quite frankly, Katie Hartman is probably getting a little tired of waiting for action at her end. She's kneeling down in the middle of the goal, waiting for some of the action to head her direction.
Yeah, she probably is just happy that it isn't.
Nice problem to have, right? Second half will find the Crabbers with the wind in their face. collective face, I guess it is. Faces. Centering pass, and the shot over the goal line will give a goalie kick to Hampton. Gabriel with some great moves. Her shot on goal fielded by goalie Shin. Crabbers at the midway point. Unable to get the attack going, however, as the Warriors bring it back the other way. Gabriel, right wing pass. And a good play on the defense to prevent a shot. Good job of dribbling. Shot in the corner, just wide to the right, as that one was destined for the corner.
That was an excellent dribble there by that young lady before the kick. I tell you her name, but I can't see her number because her hair's in the way.
Well, that is the end of the first half. And after the first half, it's Kecoughtan 4 and Hampton nothing. We'll return to Darling Stadium with the second half of action after this brief timeout.
Welcome to Kecoughtan.
Oh. Welcome back. Halftime, starting the second half. As you see, the Warriors are leading the Crabbers 4-0. We'll switch goals, and now, Tim, the Warriors will have the win to their back. So this could be even more problems for the Hampton Crabbers. Young ladies, we were hearing some of the announcements by Mr. Baster, and these seniors, they've got a lot of seniors graduating this year. In the 4 years they've played at Kecoughtan, they have won 40 Peninsula District games and have lost 4. That's such an awesome record to have in 4 years of competition. Got a lot of young ladies going to college on scholarships, field hockey and soccer and academic, and just a great bunch of young ladies here.
And of course, this is a Kecoughtan home game.
Yeah.
And they were recognized as such, and we certainly want to acknowledge, if we had the information to do so, all of the accomplishments of the Hampton girls. I know there's a number of them that will be going off to college, and unfortunately we don't have all that information, so just didn't want them to think we were forgetting them.
Now, well, I gave what I had, and the young ladies gave to me, and during the first half, and I will talk about the Hampton Lady Crabbers in the second half and get a little information about things that they're in.
We have a change in the goal for Kecoughtan, and I'm going to see if Brian can share with me who that is. All right, Andrea Pippins. That's what I thought, but I wasn't absolutely sure.
She's just a freshman, Tim.
4-0. Goals of Bristol Bowman, 2 by Nikki Thompson, and then Allie Baster rounded out the scoring for Kecoughtan excuse me, in the first half. So we're underway here in the second half. This game brought to you this afternoon by the good folks at Zooms. Zooms with multiple peninsula locations, now including Newport News. Used to refer to 5 convenient Hampton locations, but now there's one in Newport News in the Hydenwood section.
The one that is doing the best of all the stores.
Can't keep enough of those potato wedges in stock for yours truly.
Tim can't wait. And we also will let the fans know we will pick a player of the game from each one of these teams this afternoon. That player will receive a plaque and a shirt. The plaque comes from Engraving Inc. They're located at Tab Square on Route 17 in Tab. For all your engraving needs, contact Jim at 596-8850. Dave Buckwalter's the owner. The shirt comes from the Island of Hardware and Sporting Goods. They're located in Kecoughtan. They can meet all your sports needs with a full line of athletic goods, both team, individual, equipment, and uniforms, plus they have screen printing on the premises. Call Dave Chubb at 868-8467. John Roberts is the owner.
And Allie Baster just made it 5-0. as she took that centering pass. Watch the replay here. You're going to see this. This is excellent work here. Left wing. Watch the centering pass. All she had to do was easily put it past the goaltender, who had no chance. And the Warriors have made it 5-0.
Scoring for Kecoughtan is number 3, Allie Baster, with an assist from 13, Andrea Brodsky.
So you may have heard the assist goes to Andrea Brodsky on an excellent centering pass. Made it easy. Now the Warriors up 5-0 with the wind at their backs. That ball, even though went out of bounds, it was off of a Hampton player. Centering pass.
I don't think that ball I think it went a little further than the young lady thought. When she threw it in, it went way over the head right into the goalie's hands.
Again, Hampton desperately needing to mount some kind of attack. But the Warriors with a shot just clearing the goal and over the goal, so therefore a goalie kick coming up.
That was shot. There's a replay of the shot by Allie Baster.
Actually, I think this is the shot that we just had. This is
That was
Brodsky, Andrea Brodsky, but she couldn't hold it. So across the goal line, and another goalie kick coming up.
We'll talk a little bit about the Hampton Crabbers. I'll go with the number 12, Megan Stith. She's an ROTC. Megan is number 12, plays right fullback, and is just a 9th grader.
By the way, we have a different goalie for Hampton now, and I'm going to only guess this is Melissa Faust, because I see Grace Shin, who wears number 3, is in fact playing a position other than goalie. She's out on the field.
All right, number 7 is Katie Spalding. She's a senior. She plays left halfback. She's president of the Crabber Media Club.
Almost had a goal there, Bob, as the ball bounded over the goalkeeper's head, and fortunately for Hampton, made contact with the goal post and thus stayed out of the net.
And Katie is also on all-academic team. Number 16, Heather Jones, is just a 9th grader, right. She plays right fullback. Has got a 3.2 GPA, is on the volleyball team. Number 13, Sherry Gaines, sophomore, plays forward. She's an ROTC. Number 15, Megan Volk, is a 9th grader, right fullback.
Beautiful centering pass. The header just, again, over the goal. That was headed by Julie Driftmeyer and narrowly missed going in.
We'll continue with Megan here, Tim. She's got a 4.0 GPA. She's an ROTC, JV baseball manager. Number 11, Curly Fia. She's on Kietz, 3.53 GPA. Number 10 is Loretta Guthrie, 3.5 GPA.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but that's Fia Curley. Curley is the last name.
Oh,
first name is Fia.
Well, that's right. Fia Curley. You're right. I appreciate that. She's in the National Honor Society. Number 9, Catherine Sparkman, is a forward. She's a 12th grader, 3.62 GPA, National Honor Society, Spanish National Honor Society, Kietz academic team, SCA cheerleading.
Got a corner kick coming up here, Bob. This young lady getting ready to take the corner kick has been extremely active this afternoon. This is Gwen Gabriel, and she has really played well on offense. She has set up an awful lot of the attacks that have led to goals by the Warriors.
Well, she's one of the captains on the team.
Beautiful header, but again, just a little too much.
Little too much. Number 8 is Rachel Waterton, 11th grader, left halfback. 4.15 GPA, Spanish National Honor Society, Math National Honor Society. Kietz, volleyball. Number 5, Melissa Porrett. She's a sweeper. She's an 11th grader. 3.92 GPA, French Honor Society and SCA. 14, Jennifer Sayers, right halfback, just a 9th grader. 4.12 GPA, she swims and is on to Kietz. Number 6, Ashley Daube, Dobby. She got a 3.75 GPA. She's on the swimming team, SCA, and the German club.
She's just a sophomore.
Yeah.
There's only 5 seniors on the girls' team here, and there are, let me count them real quickly, 1, 3, 5, 7 freshmen. So the future bodes well for this Hampton team. A lot of underclassmen coming back. They've got 3 juniors and 3 sophomores to go along with only 4 seniors on this team. So
well, one of the things that hurts them is at the beginning of the season they didn't have a coach that was named at the beginning of the season either.
Yeah, that helps. That helps to have a coach.
Yeah, it does. Number 9 is Catherine Sparkman. She's one of the seniors, plays forward. She's National Helpers, Quill and Scroll, and on the newspaper staff. Number 1 is Melissa Faust. She's a sophomore. She's a goalkeeper. She's 3.35 GPA, swimming team, newspaper, German club, Key Club. Number 18 is Carrie Sparkman, is another 9th grader, right halfback, 3.75 GPA, German club, swimming, volleyball, Kietz, drama. Well, young ladies are busy. And number 2, Kelly McLaughlin, another 9th grader, left fullback, 3.75 GPA, cross country, and drama. And I think I got them all in. Appreciate those young ladies giving me that information that I can share with you. That cleared my sinuses.
Sorry about that. I thought I moved the microphone away.
Oh, you moved it right closer to my ears.
Yeah, well, that's
that happens.
no
Tim
more.
is fighting his allergies are just getting the best of you, aren't they?
Just about. But I'm hanging in there. Hopefully the fans will not be too bothered. So, again, the play deep in Hampton territory. The Warriors have just been nowhere near midfield since the start of the second half. They've just been knocking on the door perpetually. This one is high over the net. So, fortunately for Hampton, the shots have been high by the Warriors as we've played almost 10 minutes now, approaching the 30-minute mark left in the second half.
Tim, that the wind behind him might have a little bit to do with the way that ball is sailing too.
Sure, there's no question about that. We saw in the first half the Crabbers being able to kick the ball with the wind well past the midway line, the halfway line, and this time they're fortunate if they even kick it a third of the way downfield. Finally, the Crabbers in the Warrior zone, if only momentarily, but they've got to take some pressure off. They get it into the Warrior zone. And the Kecoughtan defense trying to get the ball squared away. Hampton will throw in. Kecoughtan scored 4 goals in the first half. First one was Bristol Bowman. Then Nikki Thompson added a couple of goals. And Allie Baster finished scoring, making it 4-0. And then Allie scored in the early moments of the second half to make it 5-0. And the Warriors again on the attack.
Broski.
And a beautiful shot by number 13, Broski. Andrea Broski, the freshman, makes it Kecoughtan 6-0.
Scoring for Kecoughtan is number 13, Andrea Broski.
So the Warriors continue to score, and they're showing why they've only lost one game in the district this year. Stolen with another opportunity, and just making the save was Melissa Faust. And a relatively weak clearing pass, but fortunately for the Crabbers, it gets past the Warriors' offense. But the persistence of the Warriors on offense keep the ball going. Crabbers trying to get on the scoreboard. One of their best opportunities. That one was deflected on the effort by Catherine Sparkman. But they'll say that it was out of bounds last touched and over the goal line, allowing for a free kick. Goalie or any member can kick it from there.
Substituting for Kecoughtan is number 1, Katie Parkman.
So again, aided by the wind, a kick that goes the entire length of the field, and Faust has to cover it up.
Boy, she better.
Again, much like the first half, the field seemingly tilted to the right here. The Warrior offense has been in Hampton territory for almost the entire second half. And come up with 2 goals, and could have been more. Gabriel with a shot and a score.
Another night.
So
Boy, they
Gwen
hit
Gabriel.
the corners on that
Yeah.
thing.
So Gwen Gabriel, watch the replay here. You're going to see her on the left wing with a very fine shot right past Melissa Faust. And now Kecoughtan leads 7-0, making a rout of this game. Again, Hampton, a very young team, just 4 seniors on the team. 5 seniors, excuse me, as I missed one at the very bottom of my roster here. But the majority of these young ladies back next year, and I'm sure they'll be that much better. Not trailing by a lack of effort here. They've gotten good goaltending in spite of the 7 goals. Grace Shin was just outstanding in the first half, and it could have been a whole lot worse if it weren't for her play. That one went across the goal line and will allow for a free kick by the Crabbers. A little more than 24 minutes left in the second half. The kick right to Allie Baster. Katie Hartman now in the second half, playing in the attack for the Warriors. Hampton trying to get the attack going.
Just getting the ball out of their end of the
Yep.
field is what they're trying to do, and then maybe can mount attack.
Kecoughtan does such an excellent job of controlling the ball. He's clearly a well-skilled team. Hampton simply stops the action by kicking it out. And stopped by the goalie. Shot on goal and a save by Faust. And a save made, but unnecessarily so, as the Warriors were offside.
It's like they were offside. Sure did.
Well, let me see if I got any other little tidbits. Those of you who are very familiar with, we have some trivia, great trivia here that you might not have known, and followed the U.S. soccer history. You know, it started back in 1620. That's when the Pilgrims played with that name I can't pronounce, but it translated to the Indians called it
Game played with the foot.
the game they gather to play ball with the foot. And 200 years later, well, not 200 years later, yeah, 200 years later, 1620, and then 1820, many American colleges played football, but there was no intercollegiate competitions. The rules were casual, and they often changed. So if you didn't like the rules, you just changed them, I guess.
You went with something that you liked.
And in 1869, Princeton University and Rutgers University engaged in the first intercollegiate soccer match November 6th in New Brunswick, New Jersey, with Rutgers winning 6-4. And that game was much more similar to soccer at that time than American football, as we know it. A long storied history dating all the way back to 206 BC in China, where they played soccer. Warriors again with a chance. Nice effort that time by Rebecca Metz.
Boy, it really.
As you said, she likes
She
to be
would
called
knock
Metz.
down her and the Hampton Crabber would knock each other down, and they both got up and just continued right on.
About halfway through the second half, as we are right at the 20-minute mark of the second half. Good save by Faust to deflect that shot. And that'll set up a corner kick for the Warriors.
That was Gwen Gabriel again on the kick. And she will kick the corner kick.
You see the replay here and the fine effort by goalie Faust to keep the ball out of the net, and then another good effort by the Warriors on offense, but the Crabber defense stops them. Goalie Faust has been busy here in the second half. Just reading some of this history, Bob. In 1950, the U.S. defeated England 1-0 in the 1950 World Cup in Brazil in June. It was perhaps the biggest upset ever in international soccer. Of course, the Brits have played soccer for many, many years, and it is their national sport, but they call it football. Not the football that we know football to be. You know, back in 1975, the New York Cosmos of the North American Soccer League signed Pele, of course, probably the most recognizable name.
Yeah, he's in a lot of the crossword puzzles.
Yep. In 1975, this was pre-megabucks. You know, this is before everyone made $1 million. Pele was paid $2.8 million to play for the Cosmos, and it really was an effort that unfortunately didn't succeed ultimately in making soccer a national accepted sport. It just never has really caught on to the degree people thought it might in the U.S. Of course, the most famous soccer game in recent years was when the women's national team won in 1999, and it was something that the whole country got behind.
Yes,
and
they did,
and really followed. And
that probably had more to do with soccer recently than anything else. Got more young ladies involved in it than before, I would bet.
Nice save by Melissa Faust. Hampton. Again, the Crabbers, I don't think they've had a shot on goal here in the second half. I don't recall them having one. Very one-sided. Crabbers almost had something cooking. And they do have a bit of a breakaway and a collision between the Crabber and slow to get up is the goalkeeper, Pippins, as she was run into. Watch the replay here. This was a
She's Andy is right. She was out of the box, and
fair game.
yeah, you got a free kick.
You see the Warriors set up the wall there. Kicking for Hampton is Heather Jones, number 16. Oh, hit the crossbar. What a beautiful kick by Jones, but just caught the crossbar. Unfortunately for Hampton, the shutout continues, but boy, that was the best effort they've had.
Wow.
Fine kick into the wind. And if she just caught a little bit of a break there and the downdraft caused that ball to drop a bit, that was a goal. Goaltender had no chance. Anybody who hasn't tried to play soccer, by the way, that is one very skilled sport. Warriors in on goal, and a goal scored by Aaron Hebert. So the Warriors are spreading the scoring around as now
Scoring for Kecoughtan, number 19, Aaron
6
Hebert.
different players have scored the 8 goals. Saw the replay there. Beautiful effort. little more than 13 minutes left in this contest, and I'm sure the Lady Crabbers will be glad to see that time off the clock as they are having a tough go against a superior Kecoughtan team who leads 8-0. Clearly through no lack of effort on the part of the Hampton Crabbers. They've been doing the best they can, but they're just outmanned.
Do we want to remind the viewers that to tune in on at noon and at 5 p.m. to join the HCS reports for all the news and information about the Hampton City Schools with anchor Beth Sadler. And, of course, the first and third Wednesdays of each month at 7:30 p.m. live, we have the Hampton School Board. So watch that.
Tyra Ward just missing. Just over the crossbar. And what about the math zone now? Is that going on too?
Homework 2000, the math zone. Yeah, that's going on. We'll be on Tuesdays and Thursdays usually. Yep, from 5 to 6:30 p.m. The live televised interactive call-in program to help students with their math. Tyler elementary teacher Cassandra Hamilton and Davis middle school teacher Sherry Martin. Give them a call at 850-5426 every Tuesday and Thursday from 5 to 6:30 p.m.
You know, I was talking about some of the origins of soccer earlier. In Alaska and in Canada, the Eskimos played it on ice.
Well, now there you go. Your footing could be
telling you.
treacherous. Kick the ball, miss it, and knock yourself out. Like fall on your head or something.
But the ancient China in 2500 BC, they also have mentions of it, and they played with a net stretched between poles that were 30 feet high. Records indicate that it was played as part of the emperor's birthday celebration. The Chinese also played some form of the game to train soldiers during the Qin dynasty from 255 BC to 206 BC. According to records, it was played extensively during the Han Dynasty. You remember that? Weren't you around for the Han Dynasty?
I remember I used to eat with him a lot.
Yeah.
We used to, in fact, he showed me how to use chopsticks.
There you go, from 206 BC. And again, the goalie all the way out, almost halfway to the midfield line. So Andrea Pippins, not bashful coming out of that
Boy,
net.
she is, and she's very aggressive. But I think she's getting
wanted to get in the action here. Yeah, I got kind of a
she's coming out.
Kind of a morbid message for you about some of the hockey in England. There's a story in the 1100s, Bob, that speaks of enemies using skulls for soccer balls.
Well, not only that kind of gruesome, but a little hard on the foot, isn't it?
Yeah, a little tougher on the skull. Said in the 12th century in England, the game had become such a violent mob sport with no rules that any sort of behavior was condoned. This earned a secession of royal bans. They banned the game. Nevertheless, the sport grew in popularity.
Ban something and it will.
Oh, yeah.
Tell them you can't do it, people will love it.
They're going to want to play it. And even today, many notorious stories out of England speak of the, as we see, that must be Miss Hartman, Katie Hartman, coming back in at goalie. Yep, that's what it is. So we probably had our goaltender, Miss Pippins, was shaken up on some of that heavy contact she's made. But you know, the origin of the British hooligans, unfortunately, is probably not fair to all British fans. Just like a few bad apples that threw snowballs, during the Jets game a couple of years ago, and they get the bad rap, but unfortunately it's been European soccer fans have not gotten a particularly good
good
reputation.
Press. Yeah.
I think, from what I understand, most of it well earned. That one just over the net again. Heather Jones has just missed on 2 opportunities, literally by a foot. And on the first one, it hit the crossbar. So a matter of inches there. This has been a very mild game, though. We're talking about the problems with some mob behavior. The girls' game here has been well controlled by the officials, done a good job of keeping everybody under control. The only thing that hasn't been in control is the offense of the Warriors. Just been, what a beautiful pass.
Oh, and nice try, really was.
Tyra Ward just missed an opportunity, and this one goes wide. So that'll be a free kick. As we are down now to a little more than 7 minutes remaining in the ball game, in the soccer match, I should say. And he's enjoying this game in the truck.
He is that.
Our most vocal fan.
Well, we finally found something that he knows.
Is that right? Don't say.
If you talk soccer to Volkswagen, you got Andy's attention. Everything else, he gets this real blank look on his face.
No, don't.
He's asking me to adopt him so that I can take him to New York and Colorado and all these places I'm going this summer.
You're going to Colorado too?
Yeah, and Raleigh and St. Paul, Minneapolis.
I didn't know about the Colorado trip. I knew you were going to New York.
Yeah, Colorado end of June.
You're going to let loose of some of those big bucks you got and get up there and see Cats before they wrap that up.
We already got our tickets.
Got your tickets.
Yep. That's all. Andy likes skiing. We get you up there high enough in elevation, you can go skiing, Andy. You can play soccer for miles and miles, couldn't you?
That's right.
There's a new game. Soccer on skis.
Soccer on skis. That would be a tough one. Stop made by Melissa Faust. As the score now with 5.5 minutes left on the scoreboard. Not the official time, but close to it, I would assume. Kecoughtan 8 and Hampton nothing. We're going to pick our players of the game here, and certainly on the Kecoughtan side with all the scoring, there's a lot of choices from which we could have our picks, and unfortunately we only can choose one. And interestingly, we're going to choose the young lady from Kecoughtan that did not score 2 goals. There are 2 players that did. That's Nikki Thompson and Allie Baster, and certainly to take nothing away from their effort, but we feel that Gwen Gabriel has been instrumental in those scores and others, along with her own goals. So Gwen is going to get the player of the game from Kecoughtan, and certainly, as I say, through no easy choice here.
Yes,
a lot
sir.
of good choices to be made. Some superb play by the Lady Warriors this afternoon. And on the Hampton side, certainly again through no lack of effort, but we both feel that Grace Shin played extremely well in goal, and now on the attack for Hampton, and she was a bright spot for them in spite of allowing 4 goals. Quite honestly, if you've watched the first half, it could have been a whole lot worse. And
well, she stopped a lot of goals that would have gone in that first half. You're right there.
So Grace Shin, our choice for Hampton, and Gwen Gabriel, our choice for Kecoughtan. Players of the game.
And we
Black
do
and a
have-
t-shirt.
Yeah, do we have that spelling right for Grace? Is it S-H-I-N? Is that correct?
That's what I'm told. We'd want to confirm that if we
Yeah,
can.
I'd like to confirm that if I could, so make sure the plaque is right. Oh, we got a goal. Number 10 for the Crabber. That's Tyra Ward. I mean, for the Warriors.
Yep. Tyra gets her goal.
Yep.
And we are confirming that it is S-H-I-N, Shin, yeah.
Okay,
Here's your replay.
Scoring for Kecoughtan is number 10, Tyra Ward.
So a little more than 2.5 minutes left in the match. Good thing I found that executive facial tissue downstairs.
Your little drama there with the sound effects. Andy's response was, he's dying up there.
Hey, I'm a trooper, though. I'm hanging in there. I can't see. I can't stop sneezing, but out of all of the above, Scotty. All of the above. Now, the clock stopped with 2 minutes left, so I'm going to assume that as we reach that point, then the time on the field will, of course, be official, as it always is. But with a 9-0, Andy, we never said that.
Where did he get that from?
Well, most morons don't even know two things, right? You're an above average moron. No, that didn't come out.
That didn't come out quite the way you wanted it.
That didn't come out. That probably is going to earn us a misspelling on our names for the next graphics. At least, or flat tires.
Hey,
we're just teasing with you.
Hey, last time he talked to us, it blew our sinuses.
Yes, it did.
Cleared your sinuses up for a minute.
In fact, that's when my trouble started, when Andy did that into the headset. No, we're just teasing with Andy Foley, who is a good guy.
Does the graphics, does the audio, and
Beetleman.
And knows soccer and knows Volkswagens. Not saying that's all he knows, but that's something
He
two
knows
things he's
those
very
things.
interested in.
That's right.
Well, he likes to ski.
I guess we can't really save it after this, can we?
I don't think
It's
he's
a little
gonna,
too late.
I don't think he's going to buy it.
Andy's not saying anything to us anymore. Kecoughtan on their way to victory here with a 9-0 score. And less than a minute remaining in the contest. And we want to thank Zooms with multiple peninsula locations serving quality Citgo gas and great food as well. They've got that Coffee Town Beantown coffee. That's what it is.
Coffee Town Bean.
Well, no, I was thinking it was Beantown coffee.
Yes.
That's good stuff.
Yes, it is.
Soft drinks, fried chicken, pizza, pastries, fresh donuts. Quite an assortment of good, tasty stuff available for you at Zooms. And we appreciate their sponsorship. Kecoughtan again threatening.
Substituting for Hampton is number 10, Loretta Guthrie.
Just a few seconds left in this contest. Guthrie in for Hampton. Kecoughtan will improve their record to 12-1 overall.
12-2.
12-2. I knew that.
6-1.
Crabbers battling to the end, though. They're not going to allow the Warriors an easy goal here. High shot over.
A little too much foot.
A little too much is right.
Well, he gets it up in the air, and that wind is going to carry it further than what you intended to, but she did get underneath a little bit. That could be a good shot for you to learn, Tim, that little pitching wedge. Get it that high, a little backspin on it.
Working on it. Got me a new club today.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, guaranteed to cut strokes off my game.
That's the game.
And the officials signal the conclusion of our contest. So again, our players of the game, Grace Shin and Gwen Gabriel. Fine effort this afternoon by both of these squads. But Kecoughtan clearly the better squad as they win 9-0 over the Lady Crabbers. So again, want to thank Zooms for being our corporate sponsor. For Bob Hintz and the entire Channel 46 crew, thanks for watching. Good afternoon, everybody.